But if this takes place in the same time, then he's accepted Hichigo at this point because he has the visor mask.
I feel like we're just, you know what? We don't even know where we are in the timeline. We exist outside of this.
Warning, this Bleach podcast features many spoilers from the upcoming anime arc, 1,000-Year Blood War. So if you've not read the manga or you do not want to hear spoilers for the upcoming arc, viewer discretion is advised. What is up? Welcome to Bleach Boys number 25. We're making our way through the Zanpakuto Rebellion Arc. We watched 7 episodes this time because it was not just how good it was, honestly.
It was.
It's the first time all of us are watching it. We've not seen the Zanpakuto Rebellion Arc or anything like that. So this is all new to us. As we mentioned last time, I've seen the first couple of episodes previously, but it was fire. And we're in HD.
We finally got it.
The Bleach anime is in HD 16:9 on Hulu. I know they're doing the Blu-ray releases, but Hulu finally is not cheaping out.
Did we not see that amazing?
Yeah. Oh.
The hair flip?
All the hair flips look great. But they didn't just it pisses me off, and I think I got in an argument with Sam. The intro is the same, even though it's a different arc.
That always happens when they're on fillers, though. That's a very
They keep the same intro?
Usually, yeah.
Okay. But they changed the ending, though.
Yeah, well, you get one. And I imagine they're going to change eventually because the filler is fucking long as shit.
It is.
40 episodes, right?
I imagine they'll either change or they'll be like, hey, fuck you, we're just going to keep the same intro. Because you always think, right, the intros have badass animation in them.
Yup.
Even some of the endings do. And it's like they clearly put a fuck ton of work into doing the new intros and the new endings. So maybe they're just like, it's not that important.
It's weird, but it looks so much better. It's noticeably different. I think before I even noticed it was widescreen, I was like, this looks better.
You know what happened is they started doing it for Shuhei's fight, and then they're like, wait, we're on to something.
The Shuhei fight was the test one.
Yeah,
that
was probably one of the interns is like, hey, let me get one fight. And they're like, we'll give you Shuhei. He's the no-name character no one fights with. And they're like, God damn.
And then he aired, and it was like, fuck, people really like that fight. Fuck.
Hey, can you come back? Are you free for a new season?
And remember how in the last episode, Shuhei came back in the rest of the fights, and I was like, oh, you're an idiot, and this all looks terrible.
Yes.
They brought back cool Shuhei, but then they gave us derpy Urahara.
No, I disagree. Shuhei was cool in the beginning parts of these episodes, but when he has to fight his own Zanpakuto, he is fucking dumb as a bag of rocks, dude.
I agree with Sam on this
and
one.
We were trying to have a discussion to go on where does this technically take place? Because we were trying to figure out, and I think Josh was like, oh, well, probably before the Arankar Espada stuff happened.
It would make sense.
But then fucking Renji has a flashback showing that he has clearly fought Xylaparo in this filler.
It's an error. It's continuity
error. So it has to be after Karakura, or is it Karakura Town? Yeah, the fake Karakura.
It's got to be either right before Karakura Town, maybe they cut it off right after the Xylaparo fight, before they made it out to Karakura Town, because some of the stuff that Shuhei says in his fight against his own Zanpakuto is already been said in his fight.
They literally mirror.
Yeah, they say it so many damn times.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you not see the shape of these blades? It's meant to reap lives.
I reap lives.
It's docking cool points from Shuhei, and it's not his fault.
Well,
it really
is. It's a Zanpakuto.
Oh man.
But it's still cool. I kind of like the interaction between the two of them because he still hates his Zanpakuto. I like that, but
And it seems like there should be some sort of a rule in Soul Society where you're never allowed to have all of the lieutenants and the captains gathered in one spot. Yeah, that's just from
that's how it starts.
Yep.
That's just from a military standpoint. You shouldn't
keep all your
have all of your good people. They live in the world. There's the real world out there. Japan has been nuked at this point, okay? Yeah. So why...
I was going to bring up In and Out, but you go.
Why are we putting them all in one spot? It just takes one bomb. What?
You know what's really fucked up?
When
Yamamoto. They did that, I thought they could get nuked right now.
Yes.
And you just said that. I didn't
it
say
doesn't
a single
make any
word.
sense.
I was about to say, I'm like...
because if they're all there, they're all fucked.
Yep.
Also, bullshit, and I think every one of the captains also agreed that it was bullshit. Yamamoto gets fucking juked away.
I did love that. They give him big cred where they're like, yeah, his Zanpakuto literally, no matter what I did, didn't want to leave.
Yeah. Yep.
Which you find out towards the end of the episodes we watched that he's literally mind controlling them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he still couldn't get
He's bringing out their darkest thoughts, right?
But he was able to get Ichigo's. You know what's really weird? Kenny's not here. It's so weird.
Him and Yachido had to take a break.
They very nicely write off Kenpachi and Yachido. Oh, they're gone. That's really weird. Which doesn't make any sense because Muramasa goes out of his way to get Ichigo, which obviously from the show perspective is like, oh, that's our main character. That's why it's happening.
I kind of felt like I knew that plot line where they purposely sent Rukia to get him to come to the world.
What I was going to say is that he doesn't make any effort for Kenpachi. Doesn't even mention the fact. He's like, and his reasoning for Ichigo is like, I want all the Zanpakutos to be freed. But it's like, what about fucking Kenpachi who just ran off? Like, we don't give a fuck about him?
I wonder if Kubo actually knew about the Yuichiro thing, yet. Like, if he knew, because that would have been weird.
I don't think so. I think there's certain people that he did not know, and they have very cleverly been taken out of the picture.
Because it makes sense he doesn't have a...
I mean, we got Kyoraku's. And I wasn't sure if he knew exactly what that was.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I think so. I think, technically, like Kyoraku's, we see his Shikai coming up very quickly in the manga. Like, if you were to keep going from the part where we last left off. So I think he already had, like, Kyoraku's down on pen and paper. Same thing with, like, Ukitake's. Captain Commander, we just know it's fire. And it's like, we've kind of seen that a lot. So, we can't have him get dicked on every fight.
We got Sasakiba's.
Yeah, which I think that's something that's kind of very generic and fine as well, because we see
I think they did that on purpose.
The Captain Commander's lieutenant, like his guy shows up, which they don't ever say it's his Zanpakuto, but it's clearly the only electricity
lightning based one.
And he's lame.
And we know, like, I think that has been said like out of context or like in extra scenes where it's like, oh, his is lightning based, because they do no moves. He doesn't get any moves. He just shoots lightning.
Dicked.
And he gets immediately dicked.
He's like, what was it? Yamamoto's just chilling.
Well, they say the Zanpakuto is based off of their wielder,
so
they both get dicked all the time.
But you can, so they have features of everyone in their Zanpakuto. Renji's is a little different, but like Ikaku's, like not
personality
Ikaku,
wise.
Wait, Ikaku's the bald one. Why Yumichika? I get them like mixed up for a second, but Ikaku,
it's understandable. They're always together.
But he has the same eyes as his Zanpakuto.
Does he really?
Like,
I didn't notice that part.
They have like the same design, but like. Sasakibe's is just a random generic
I'm kind of mad by that
fisherman.
because I've been playing Bleach Souls.
Wow.
And I'm going through the parts. There's missions.
Are you sponsored? Hello?
I wish. There's parts that are missions that do the 1,000-year blood war. They're like setting up to go like all the way through. One of them focuses on, is his name Sasakibe? What is
Sasakibe?
Sasakibe, the head captain's lieutenant. And they talk about how he was offered to fill in for the captain position multiple times, but he turned it down because he's so loyal to the captain commander.
That's badass.
And
so that's
he
the
doesn't
boy.
ever use his Bankai in battle because, like, there was a reason to, but like he's purposely doesn't use it.
What?
It's super destructive, I think, is what they say.
Like, he basically has made like a pledge to the captain commander to be his lieutenant until he dies.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's like, so it's like he gets so fucked on. And it's like, but he's so cool. Which we kept talking the whole time we were watching, and it was like, we want to see Unohana, we want to see.
Well, so it's like, ooh, are they going to show Unohana?
Fucking
That's
Josh. Oh, it's the giant manta ray.
Stop asking questions.
Because like, I want to see the ones where clearly there's some sort of a twist that happens later.
Yeah.
And it's like, because the whole setup for the arc, at least from what I remember when it started airing, the selling point was like, oh, it's gonna be kind of cool though, because Tite Kubo like gave them kind of advanced info. So like
super dope.
So like they have a little bit of like know-how of like, here's a little hint of what's gonna happen later. But it's like, what about Unohana? How far could he really have seen?
Exactly.
'Cause even I don't know what her fucking Bankai does to this day.
Yeah.
It's like,
no one does.
No one does. It just bled.
It's like, would love to know. And then it's like, we're watching the Renji fight. It's like, well, what about like his true Bankai? Like,
Oh yeah, because I was like, what if he could just switch between the snake and the monkey aspect of it?
But you know what's weird? So they did that totally. Like, it was like, hey, here's what we currently know. But Ichigo, I feel like we're getting lore dumped.
Yeah.
Like, they're actually
very much
giving us
so.
info on it. It was like, oh, you have a hollow inside of you, and it gives you powers in some weird way.
But see,
obviously,
so you guys know more about me than me, and I was asking you guys questions we were watching. I don't get how the Ichigo stuff is happening, okay? So
I don't think they knew.
I want you to re-explain it to me so maybe we get clarification.
So from my understanding, Old Man Zangetsu is Yua in his younger form. That's his Quincy powers.
Okay,
It's a manifestation of his
how
Quincy
did
powers.
he get pulled out from Ichigo then?
I think they're intertangled because basically Zangetsu or Old Man Zangetsu is what keeps Hichigo down.
At bay, yeah.
Like, it's basically
keeping him
he's
at
using his Quincy powers the whole time. Like, him as a Soul Reaper is him as like that's his Quincy powers.
Okay.
And then the Hollow is white, which is like this hollow that consumed his Soul Reaper powers and kind of merged. I think that was like, it's an Eisen experiment or some shit like that, and they merge.
Okay.
So Hichigo is technically Ichigo's real.
So how did the Quincy powers get? So by that, couldn't Muramasa somehow pull out fucking Uryu's powers? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if he's freeing the Zanpakuto.
Well, they manifest themselves
So
in the
do
Zanpakuto.
Quincy powers all have some sort of a manifestation inside of them as well?
Well, isn't that how they draw the bow?
Well, from what I can remember, they don't have like a spirit or like a Quincy.
You know what I think it is?
Because Yuha, he lent them all his powers and split.
So are they all Yuha? Like, if he was to go to Uryu, would he pull out somebody that looks just like Zangetsu?
Probably. I feel like he would be able to, because I mean that's what he does when he takes the Stern Ridder's
I do
power
think
back.
he would be right. I don't think they have that representation, like that as a representation, but I do think it's all Yua's powers. He just gives people his power.
So if Muramasa came into the world of the 1,000-Year Blood War Arc, he could go around
and dunked on first.
Start taking powers from
that would
the
be cool.
Quincy's.
Oh, that would be funny as fuck.
Dope.
It's like, hey, remember your Bankais? How we stole it? It's like, oh, I'm gonna start taking those back.
He could be the hero.
Like, he's like, yeah, I've stolen your Bankai and I've also taken your Quincy powers as well. It's like, sorry, mate.
Hey, I battled Ichigo once. He had some weird mixture. I could do this to
and like
anybody.
you know, Quincy's like weapons, they're all kind of like they get summoned like they're like a reishi base. So like once they're taken, like they don't have like a sword. You know?
They get. They don't have so. Well, they have.
They can still manipulate reishi, right?
I don't know. Well, they must. It would depend.
Wait, no, because it's the Quincy power that allows them to do it. You're right.
Like, because it's weird because they don't have a spirit. It throws everything off. I don't
because
get the
they're
Zangetsu
human.
thing. I don't get the Zangetsu thing gets. But Ichigo's human as well. It gets all fucked.
Here's my rebuttal. I think it's based off what you call it, because that would also cure the true names on Bankais, and it would be basically Ichigo thinks his.
What do you mean it's based on what you call it?
It's what he thinks his Shikai, his Zanpakuto is.
So Tenta Zangetsu is.
Well,
Zangetsu.
counterpoint then.
Oh,
how come Yumichika got the actual full version of his Shikai to come out? Because he calls it the other nickname.
He
most
calls
of the time.
it its real name. He calls it its nickname to piss it off.
Yeah. I don't understand the question. Next question. I am Unohana's Bankai. Please stop asking me questions.
It doesn't make sense. Like, that's the one. Like, I've enjoyed this filler arc a lot so far, but the Zangetsu should not be out.
Yeah.
Like, if you with what you know now, Zangetsu should not be out.
I think Yumichika knows the real name of his Shikai.
He does. But you're saying it's based on what they call it.
What he knows of his existence. So he knows
99% of the time he's calling it the wrong name.
He knows the real name. So
okay.
if like
but that's not fair, because technically Ichigo knows what his real name of the sword is. It's Zangetsu. So why is the real Zangetsu not being pulled out?
Because I think that's what he thinks Zangetsu is.
Well, if Yumichika thinks that
no, he knows.
Well,
so you're getting mixed up knowing.
There's
and
two energies that reside within Ichigo at this point.
Yeah,
and that's why he has the twin blades at the end of 1,000-Year Blood War.
This is true. This is also
shouldn't there technically be 3 energies inside of him? So
no, because his Soul Reaper
and Hollow.
Are you trying to pull Fullbring into this, or is it?
Well, no,
Fullbring got ripped out of him.
He technically has Quincy, Hollow, and Soul Reaper.
The Soul Reaper was consumed by the Hollow. I think they're merged in some weird way. Like they are literally
that they got consumed, but he might be right.
I think it's like it's like Venom. I think he's like Hollow Venom.
Okay.
Hollow Venom.
He took over, and Zangetsu has been telling, or Old Man Zangetsu.
I'm pretty sure, like Hichigo refers to himself as like, I was only trying to protect you from you all at some point.
I feel like that's true.
Maybe later, but they also, when they're doing the training in Soul Society, they basically tell Ichigo we're the same. Like, like Hichigo says that him and Zangetsu are one and the same.
Yeah,
and they're like,
that's his power.
But if that's Ichigo knows that they're one and the same, then why would they have not both gotten pulled out then? Okay, it doesn't make any sense.
I'm gonna hit you with plot armor.
He went with
Ichigo went full fucking Hollow, not Vasto Lorde, but full fucking Hollow. And he's like, I hate this. So he basically denounces
that was his
Hichigo.
Bankai.
He denounces Hichigo, accepts Old Man Zangetsu.
But if this takes place in the same time, then he's accepted Hichigo at this point because he has the visor mask.
Exactly. I feel like we're just, you know what?
We're nitpicking.
We don't even know where we are in the timeline.
Hey, remember
outside of this.
If he uses the power, he can't use the mask.
Yeah, which makes no sense. Makes no sense.
Change lives.
Yep.
It's like Hichigo starts giving him the power because, like, obviously he has to fight Zangetsu.
Very much like Naruto.
And they change the lines in the dub. This is in the dub.
So first is, I won't give you my full power.
Yes. Yep. Then after they start fighting in the
like,
next part, it goes to flashback, and he's like, you won't be able to use my mask.
Which is
like,
stupid.
What?
Like, I wonder if in the sub, because again, we do watch this in dub, I wonder if in the sub, they do that where they change the line too, and they have to change it.
There's no
also,
way.
I want to say this, like, section The dub has been phenomenal. Like, it is really well done as a dub.
I think it's
like,
because we've never seen it before.
I'm saying, like, in the sense, like, I watched like the previous episodes in dub, and it's kind of like choppy, and you can tell it's dub. Everything seems very free flowing. Like, it's the voice actors are saying what they want to say. Like, they have the lines. It's not we have to change our statements and pop.
I wouldn't agree with that at all.
You didn't like it?
I didn't notice that at all. It's the
felt-
same old for me.
Yeah,
it felt
was
better.
the same to me.
It felt better.
Maybe you just enjoy the 16:9. Like, I don't know.
It's 16 by 9. The higher
It made everything
I think
better.
It's a higher refresh rate.
Something
too.
is definitely
Yeah.
different because it's just flowing better. Like
we made
I
the
think that's
joke.
what it is. Definitely, it's definitely like an HD.
it
Sam-
just looks better.
Sam has said in the previous outro, there's a scene where Orihime sings like, and she says Juto, and he's like, that person should be fucking promoted. And we think that one animator was also the guy that was the intern for Shuhei. and they're just like,
he's like, hey, let me
"You
have
are-
this.
You are hired.
They had some hidden potential. He's like, he did the Juto part, and they're like,
Yeah.
fantastic. Here's the Shuhei fight. He did that like fucking fantastic.
Everybody
We're gonna
loves
give
it.
you
Come
a
on,
whole
boys.
40
No one really wants to head the filler arc, so here you go. And it's like, oh my fucking god.
and it's been the best fucking filler arc. But they also, so I guess Studio Pierrot is the one that's like famous for having that one guy, and he's the one that
Yes.
pioneered the square when shit's about to fucking go down. They pulled that out on us for the first time, and it's lame as fuck.
they
just-
raised
Well,
themselves.
yeah.
We're up
They
here
want.
now.
They're looking down at the peasants.
Which they didn't. I guess they went back to a flashback after, and they're like, "Oh, cool. Here's what the fight happens." But it was literally Muramasa saying, "We're up here now, and go back to Ichigo."
So I have a question for you guys.
Go for it.
Talking more about the Ichigo fight. He basically goes, kind of like almost pretty much full hollow mode against
Yeah.
Zangetsu. Do you think that is better? Like it's a better lead up to what happens in the Ulquiorra fight? Or do you think that lessens the Ulquiorra fight when he goes into full,
I like it.
so you prefer from the hollow mask, this mode straight to the Ulquiorra one?
If this
Instead
I'm
of
the
just
other way.
instead of just
yeah, no.
he
Visored
kind of
mask.
came loose when he was training for the visored mask. Then he won that one. Now he has the visored mask, and now he goes straight into.
I think it's like a natural evolution because he wasn't dying. He got wrecked, but he wasn't dead. And then now that he's dead in the Ulquiorra fight, he goes full fucking hollow. He's like, I'm out. Like, homie, you can't stop me kind of thing. I think that's cool. I would add one little zhuzh of pizzazz. If this had fucking happened before the visors were introduced, I would have loved that better.
No, I don't think so.
You think so?
Because
remove the
he
line where he
basically-
says you can't wear the mask, but we know
No,
that he's
because
not
he
hollow.
basically goes that same mode when he's training with the visors.
Yeah.
Like when they have
that's
to,
true.
they have to have the visors watch
right
over
after
him.
the visors. This is when this should happen.
Because I like it better when he gets the mask and then goes straight into Vastalord, because it's the rest of him that's still kind of hidden in there, but
Yeah.
and then it's just completely released at the point of desperation.
But you can tell that he's not as strong as this side. Like it's like here, and then Bastolordi. Like it's a progression. I like that because he's not broken as fuck and he's not dead.
Yeah,
but like full balls to the wall.
one
Here's
of my
where we're
biggest
at.
complaints with this form look dumb as hell. So.
It does
Yeah.
not look the best. I think it's even worse
Because
knowing what Bastolordi looks like.
but now when we do get Vastalord, it's like that's right. That's how it should have been.
I wonder, did we come back for Bastolordi fight? Is that what happened?
What do you mean?
Because
Yeah,
we
come
never
back
seen
almost
this,
immediately.
and so we know what Bastolordi Ichigo looks like, full color in
Yeah,
the fight
we
and
definitely
everything.
watched that. Yeah.
So I think we skipped this section, didn't know he looked like Derp Ichigo Hollow,
Yeah.
and then go into Bastolordi. It's like, damn, he looks fire as fuck.
I think it
And then
lessens
we
it
go
a
back.
little bit.
I
think it
agree
does.
with
Yeah.
it too.
I
yeah.
think it's just a nice little precursor.
I think that it just a lot of the stuff that happens in this arc so far, I feel like they're doing we already know this happens in the manga, so we're
Yeah.
gonna give you that lesser version of it,
Yeah.
because that's just new material that
you
we
know,
can,
100%. We got 80%.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, this is new to you, but it's not gonna be new
Hey,
to
let me
you
cheat
in,
off your
like,
paper, but just
yeah.
change it a little bit. You can
because
cheat
it's
off
like,
my
oh,
paper.
look at this new thing, and she's like, oh, cool, and then it's like, oh, they were using that, but it's like, no, they just basically lessened the
full impact.
the impact.
You know what? I don't think they did because remember we got Bawa Bawa out of Ichigo. We got Big Worm Dude. I don't
Yeah,
remember that
that
in
shit
the
was
fucking
funny.
anime or in the
Yeah.
manga. They just threw that in there. They just wanted to give that little zhuzh.
Yeah, but it just it kind of sets up like, oh, if Ichigo's gonna start losing, he could go full hollow now, and then it's like he kind of does that again, and I just feel like it makes it less cool.
I would disagree in the sense that it would be like kids get hyped up. They're like, oh, look at that. Like, I wonder what would happen if he like fully lost control. Like he still clearly had control, and he was like,
He didn't have control though.
yeah.
He ripped his mask off, and he's
Yeah,
like,
but that's
that
he's
was
done
at
that
the
every
end,
fight. But
yeah.
I'm talking about like for 99% of the fight, it was not Ichigo.
Yep,
it wasn't. You're
just
right.
full hollow.
But most of the time, you
Ichigo.
can hear him fighting it.
Yeah. But I would love. I hate when they only make Hichigo talk when they're in the inner world. I would have loved if it's like full hollow.
I
and he
loved
would've-
watching the fight because like when he goes full hollow, or even when Hichigo was fighting inside of like
Yeah.
the inside, he's just like we're joking
He's
like
animal.
ultra instinct, like
Yep.
he's just fucking
Yep.
like he's an animal.
He's
He's
in
just
beast
like fucking
mode.
going.
When he's in the hollow form, he gets like slashed. He's like and then fucking goes back at it.
Yeah, and the way he attacks, he's just like full on like feral,
Savage,
just like
yeah.
fucking
But
going.
the Hichigo one where because we always love the spinny, but
Yes.
he does something fucking dope as shit. He spins it and then whacks him,
Yeah.
and he fucking knocks him out. It was like holy.
Like why
shit.
doesn't like
Why doesn't Ichigo learn from this?
Well, yeah, it should be like a thing where like every time that happens to Ichigo, he should be learning that shit. Like
He
when
should.
he like
Yep.
gets taken over by the Hollow, like you should start to see him do more feral moves, like because the way he's moving works.
It
All right,
does.
Yeah.
It throws the opponent off.
It's because
completely.
everybody's so used to a basic technique. Once you let loose, it's like holy
like
shit.
what if Ichigo like actually had like some fighting styles where it's like you can see him start to fight, it's like oh he's doing like base Soul Reaper form.
Yeah, like
and then it's like
two-handed
you see him
weaponry.
start to change up his form, like change the way he's holding his sword, and it's like oh he's going Hichigo.
And you know what I love the most about these fights? There's one thing I have really hated, and it's at the end of it. But the thing I love the most is they don't repeat fight scenes. Everything's like a new animation. There was no.
They did it.
They
did it.
do.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe in like other fights, but the Hichigo versus Muramasa, it was ting 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 and like change of moves. They might have had like one attack that looked the same. I feel like they changed the whole move set and they kept going around and doing different things.
When I say they did, I mean like they would come back to the fight and basically replay the last like 3 seconds that just
that's-
happened,
that's
and they would just
unavoidable.
keep redoing it over and over again.
But I mean, like it's later in the fight, but they're doing the same animation. Like they literally just copy pasted it, changed.
Yeah,
the
I
voice
think
lines.
yeah, it's a lot better now.
Yeah.
and I think a lot of that is because they're like, hey, it's a filler. We just do whatever we want. And it's
Yeah.
like we know, like if you're the studio behind it,
This
it's like,
intern's not getting
it's
paid.
like, hey,
Yeah.
we gotta fill fucking a fuck ton of episodes. Like
Yeah.
we're right on the ass of the manga. It's like let's just fucking do it. Like,
Make
let's
a
just,
move
like,
that takes up 3 seconds of the
Yeah.
of like the show.
Like normally you think about the fights in Bleach, they really don't last like
No.
the actual action parts of it very long.
No,
And that
it's
was
a
what
lot
was
of
cool.
dialogue in between
It's
the
a
fights.
lot of dialogue, a lot of like, oh, you think you could do
Ting,
this? Well,
ting.
I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna stand back here.
Yeah, and
Yep.
then it's a lot of talking back and forth. Where this one, it's like, fuck it, we could just do it. It's like we
Yeah.
don't have to follow anything. Like fucking go for it.
You get like a solid 5 seconds or 10 seconds of fighting, then you get the philosophy bullshit. But
Which
yeah.
they kind of do that. I think it's a good thing in One Piece. Some people are gonna disagree, but basically the author of One Piece is like
Oda.
has full confidence in the One Piece anime, where they're like, hey, listen, my manga is basically just like a stepping stone for them. Like take that, make that
Really?
into
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
better.
let them do pretty
so
much
like
what they
they'll
want.
take fights like I see it a lot in Wano now, where they'll take it and like make it bonkers. Like they'll
Yeah.
like add
Nice.
stuff to it and like really like actually make the fights happen.
That's
Some
cool.
people hate it, some people like it. But
I'm
it's
okay
like,
with it. I like
Oda
it a
himself
lot.
is like, yeah, they do a fucking fantastic job. It's like I think they're doing great.
that's
like,
cool. I think that's cool. That's when I'm okay with when they adapt shit.
Yeah, because
where
the
they-
manga for sure, like the fight scenes in the manga are very like quick.
Quick,
You know,
yep.
it's like they do a couple slashes. Like yeah, you just add some shit in there, make it a fight. Like
Yeah.
it
They
doesn't
beef it
have
up.
to be a couple
Yeah.
slashes and then talking. But
I think that's probably why when they do the anime adaptations, it's like that, where they do the couple
Yeah.
slashes, because it's just they're like, oh, we did one
Yeah.
extra fight.
yeah,
But the thing that I think would piss us all off the most, because we were hoping for it, is Ichigo defends Hichigo at one
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
and they go next to each other,
Or
and
like-
they have that one badass pose where you're like, oh, they about to
Team
fight.
up.
And then they're like, willpower gets him out of here. Like,
but
what the
Ichigo
fuck?
didn't even help. Hichigo didn't even help in that.
He
Yeah,
didn't.
I
Just
know.
Ichigo does it and then he disappears.
He's like, oh, you're going to use your willpower to kick me out. It's like,
No, he gets sucked back under,
boo.
guys.
and
okay.
Muramasa's even like, you think that would work? And then 2 seconds later,
Yeah.
it worked.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're outside, guys. But then he goes Bankai.
And Shuhei has an awful showing in his fight. By the way, he has to get rescued by
Yeah.
Izuru.
Yeah, the
like,
worst.
what the fuck? Like
Yeah, and Izuru does the things he did when he was getting fucking
Yep.
wrecked. The little spider web shit,
Yep.
and then I can heal.
Yep.
Like, we just need the triangle shit around
not a
you real
good
quick.
showing. Meanwhile, Byakuya was only in like the first couple episodes we watched, and he had a
I know,
fantastic
right?
showing.
Yep.
He locks up Sasakibe,
Yeah.
his Bankai,
That
and
was
then
badass. He
starts
just
fighting
goes,
his
"Huh."
own. But Sam brought up a good point in the beginning, and I think they kind of like pull back from that mentality, but they made it seem like the Zanpakuto didn't know their owners.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
They-
yeah.
so
Okay,
they
very much,
totally
yeah,
changed
yeah,
that
they
in the
did
later
that.
episodes.
Yeah.
They totally
Yeah.
do.
I feel like it was
Do you
Zenbo
think
Sakura was like,
let's just say it's a spell, so they don't understand right away.
oh,
Because so it's clearly maybe that's a good write-off.
That's giving them the
moment, okay.
benefit
but
of the doubt.
because Shuhei for sure, his Zanpakuto
they know each other.
know
They-
each
they
other.
have to know each other.
Renji's Zanpakuto for sure
Yeah.
They
knows
shat
him. Like
down his
they're
throat.
shit on, but Rukia's
Rukia.
Zanpakuto is just fucking mindless.
Yeah,
like,
what was that like? Oh, who are
like-
you?
She meets Ichigo. How does she not know Ichigo? Like, I don't understand.
I
Like,
feel like they should know. Yeah.
Yeah, like you have to, because you think about Renji Zanpakuto. Renji Zanpakuto knows Rukia.
Yep.
They're like,
she's like, we'll cut her head off.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how does Rukia's not know Ichigo, especially when she gave her powers to Ichigo in the beginning of the anime?
Good point.
Like, you would be so in close. Like, it doesn't make. That's why I think they did that. Like, oh wait, they would kind of like know everything. So maybe they goofed at the beginning, and they're like, oh whoops.
But I mean, they fixed it. So like I said, it could have
They
been
totally fixed it.
The spell was just like hitting them kind of weird.
All the other Zanpakuto seem to really know their owners, except for Byakuya's at the beginning as well.
But the way he said it,
we're
I feel
thinking
like
maybe it's the wording of it, but he like clashes blades. He's like, it's like, oh, you're obviously a smart one. It's like, would you not know that he's a smart one? What is that? Like, maybe just the line was wrong. It just.
And knowing what
maybe
you
it's
told
just a weird
me,
translation,
which I'm mad at that you told me at the beginning of this, is like, Byakuya goes.
That's what
rogue.
I remember. We haven't
felt like
seen
I
that
remember
yet,
that too,
and that's why I'm thinking. Like, I have these like memories where I'm pretty sure in this one Byakuya is like fake bad guy in this one.
Yeah,
like,
but they do. There's this scene where he's getting almost consumed by Zenbo and Sakura, and he's looking back, and I'm like, that's the look of a guy that's gonna like
he's up to
change sides
something,
real quick. He's like, cool, it's all going according to plan.
Because
consume me.
You forget, I don't know if it's Muramasa, but remember we were asking when they go to the Squad 1 barracks. There's the guy that's hooded.
That's
and, and we could be Muramasa. It could have been Byakuya. It could have been whoever going outside. He could have snaped him. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
You know.
Ooh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Wait, what do you mean by Snape? I don't know what happened.
Have you seen Harry Potter? No.
I'm joking.
I
was
about to be like, what
Harry
the fuck?
Potter,
He was there with us.
Dumbledore dies reveals.
I was like, he was there with us.
But we're like, Dumbledore knew it was happening, and so he's like, Byakuya, you're my boy.
You're my.
He's like, I'll let you seal me away this one time.
So I've seen like, I think this kind of fucks me on the podcast from time to time. I accidentally read like. Hold up.
Hold
it's going. I've seen clips of this other fight where I feel like it's the same arc, but it's like a clearly different dude. He's got green hair and he's got these like cool spinny.
Okay, so
oh shit, you scared me. I thought you were mad.
I see that guy in Bleach Brave Souls.
Yeah,
and I don't know where he's from either.
Yeah. He has a great fight.
So maybe
I think it's this guy.
He's in this arc as well.
I feel like
he's
Muramasa's.
Oh, maybe Muramasa takes somebody over and he looks like that.
Oh no! I feel like it's Muramasa's
I think it has to be
original
owner
or
whatever, or something like that. It's got to be something like that.
Because I see that guy too, and I saw somebody post a meme, like a Bleach meme, and it was like the 4 characters of wasting time in the Bleach anime, and it was Karya and like Amagai, fucking main bad guy that I can't remember his name that we're watching right now.
Oh, Muramasa.
Wrong and person. That guy you're talking about, and I was like,
so
I've never seen that guy before.
He's in a different arc then.
So maybe this is 2 filler arcs coming, because 40 seems very long for this filler arc with how fast we're moving.
How much of the anime do we have? Like,
well, we've done. So you think about, we've done 7 episodes. This time we watched 7 episodes,
which actually flew by.
Renji has a Zanpakuto back.
Yep.
Ichigo has a Zanpakuto back.
Vikaku.
We got a lot left,
yeah.
But at this point, you think about the stakes of it. They now know that if they defeat their Zanpakuto, they're fine.
Yeah, they go back.
So they can just go fuck them all up.
Yeah, they really set a precedent where it's just like, oh, they could lose it. It's like, oh, that's really rough. I wonder how they're going to get around this.
And you know what's really funny is like everybody once again gets fucked in all Soul Society. Ichigo lost his Zanpakuto for maybe a couple hours, and he got it back.
Very true.
We I made a great joke too. The very first few episodes are the Zanpakuto blowing the fuck out of Seirete. Yorichi's like, wow, they really did.
Which
some
really
work.
They should explain is it's the bombs from the Bount arc that were left there that they just buried up.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
But Ichigo does one move and blows up a whole bridge that they just threw into the Seirete,
which is the same spot that fucking Renji fucking blew up a fucked him.
When he was fighting
Soul Society arc against Byakuya.
Really?
Yeah.
When
he goes Bankai and he goes like, whoa.
Yes.
But he
blows builders.
Just don't put the pillars there anymore, please.
He goes full nuclear though. It like blinding light and all the lieutenants and captains like, hey, what the fuck just happened?
I was thinking to myself too, like when Renji started fighting his Zanpakuto, you're like, he's about to lose another goddamn fight in that same spot.
Yup.
Like, that's the spot where he fought Ichigo and lost.
Got his ass
and it was like he about to lose another fucking fight in that spot.
He did think about it too, and he's just like, oh no,
he's 1 for 1.
He's 1-1.
1 win, 1 loss in that spot now. So.
But I gotta say, I feel like the way my boy Tight does stuff, he likes to do like very philosophical, like kind of
repeats itself.
All right, well now I hope that I don't remember where Renji gets wrecked in 1,000 Year Blood War, but I hope it's not at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh shit!
I
Do they?
feel
I
you're-
so I didn't
you know
know
what?
this
I
said-
really don't remember either.
because
It could be the stairs.
that's gonna ruin his 2 out of 3 at the bottom of the stairs.
Is
But
the
then
setting-
but then he wins when he gets his new Bankai.
So he's par. Does he? Is he? Take the fight. I've never actually read Thousand Year Blood War arc. I've just read bits. Do they actually fight in Seirete?
Yeah,
they
Sarate
destroy the
Sarate gets
Sarate.
fucked up.
Holy shit!
I thought
yeah,
it was like some like
No,
outer
so let me
world.
tell you, as someone who played through a few quests on
Uh-huh.
Bleach
I
Brave
hate you
Souls
so
for the
much.
1000
This
Year
new
Blood War,
version of Sam's the tyrant.
they basically Ichigo and company go to Hueco Mundo, and then when they go to Hueco Mundo, they fight a Quincy who basically fucked up everybody in Hueco Mundo.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's when Yuwak, or whatever you pronounce his name,
Yuwak.
he gets the report like, hey, Ichigo and his friends are in Hueco Mundo. He's like, oh, sweet, let's go to Soul Society.
Yep.
And then
That's
they're like,
the kind of badass.
and then they're like, what? And they're like, yeah, we're going to Soul Society,
you
baby.
can't do that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Remember
you
Aizen's
can.
plan? We're doing that, but we
Yeah.
didn't get away, or we're getting away with it.
But they fuck it up though. There's points where it's like it's disintegrated into nothing or something like that.
Soul Society?
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly how bad they fuck it up, but it basically gets like pained. you know?
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. It's
Almighty push.
it's not a good showing. Speaking of which, I really want Aizen in the chair for my Bleach Brave Souls game, so I wish they would.
Do they have
that
him
too.
in
Do you
there?
think he would just float?
It's like a Xavier chair.
I want to make a couple demands. I would also like all of the bounce added to the Bleach Brave Souls
Oh
game.
my god.
I was
Um,
talking to Sam about this. I think they literally removed the bounce purely because people hate that
Okay,
art.
so we talked about it on the actual Otaku podcast, and I went and Googled it after,
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
let me
yeah,
figure
yeah.
this shit out really quick and see, because the game's been out forever. This
Yes,
game
it has.
This
Yeah,
game is
it's been-
old.
yeah.
And they have all of the characters pretty much. Like they have Karakura Riser in the game. You know, like,
Oh, and they have the guy that we don't know who
yes,
is.
yes. So I'm like Googling, like, why aren't the bounce in the game? And basically the answer is nobody likes that fucking arc, so they
Yeah.
didn't add it. It's like it was the least liked arc of the whole series. Like da 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 da.
Yeah, that's fucking. Because I told Sam in the Otaku podcast, there was like the number or top 10 things people
Yeah.
hate the most about fucking
Bleach.
No, it was why can't I think of the shonen?
Yeah.
And the number
God,
one was
yeah.
fillers, and they had a picture of Karya and his blade, and I was like, damn, they
But
just
I
shooting.
think most people, like, that's like for anime fans. I think if you showed a lot of the anime, especially the Bount arc, because it doesn't do this new filler thing where they just go to an alternate reality.
Yeah.
Like it slots itself into the story. You'd have no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
You would have no
That's true.
idea.
I get you.
And it's like, I just think it was bad. It gets the bad rap from it
Yeah.
having been airing and it being very long.
But we did end up liking it and
I
everything.
liked it.
And we ended up liking
Sam
the
liked it 'cause he
Amagai.
watched it
It
all
has
at
a nice
once, yeah.
philosophical message at the end, too. So,
And the Amagai ended okay.
Amagai arc was trash.
Yeah, I didn't like that one at all.
Rolling of the R's. Oh my god.
It had the
Trash.
soccer episode, but the rest of
this
it
is
was
true.
trash.
It was good at the end. The ending was okay, but everything
Eh.
up leading to it was
I
worthless.
did kind of like the seppuku at the end,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's like,
Which is sad.
That was that was different.
Yeah,
which is
it
what
was
made
different.
It good,
but it wasn't
They just let
different
him
in
do
like
it.
a long
Orihime
term-
could have healed him.
Oh yeah, he could have. Could you imagine
the disrespect.
Father, finally, why am I back here?
You just hear old man Yama. He's like, no, he must live with what he done.
Yeah.
Girl, heal him.
2 days like that's one gripe I have with the overarching Bleach is Orihime can reject.
She's broken.
Literally,
She's broken.
heals,
Yeah.
Grimjow's arm in 2 seconds?
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate
But
that.
Rukia's knocked out. It's gonna take a few hours, maybe a day or two. She might
do
not.
you
be
not
back.
trust her? Her powers? Come on, Cone.
Oh yeah,
Now here I have a question about something we talked about last episode. So last episode before we went into the fillers, we got the fight of the 3 fracciones of Halbel.
Yeah,
and
yes,
they
yes,
summoned
yes.
Ion.
Las
I think is
Bestias,
what it's
yeah.
named.
Yeah.
So let's say Orihime teams up with them, which I believe she does do in the 1000 Year Blood War arc. She teams up with them, and they summon Ion. And then she heals their arms.
Yes!
And they basically infinite Ion. Is that allowed? Like, is that...
I allow it. Why wouldn't
Would that get
let's
rid
say,
of Ion?
Hey, we're going to go take over Soul Society. Orihime, you sit here and farm these guys really quick. Like, just heal their arms back over and over again.
That's the kind of shit I love in games where you can fucking do duplicates of shit. I would say that's totally fair.
It's gonna be like the rare candy hack from the old
Yeah.
Pokemon games.
The guy
Well,
that,
they shouldn't put Orihime in it if they don't want that to happen.
I watched a video.
That's why they made her hang out with Ichigo the whole time. Gotta eliminate the problem.
and did nothing. I was so happy.
Her
I'm like,
and Chad know their place.
no,
They
Chad knows his place. Orihime is like, I know my place. It's next to Ichigo. Proceeds to fight. I'm gonna put a shield up over here.
Yup.
But
Get him, Ichigo.
I think Infinite Ion should be allowed because the fight where Renji comes back after Rose gets fucked up by the masked dude,
So I've seen stuff about that too. That apparently that breaks all of the power levels.
Yeah,
in fucking
Mr.
Bleach.
Tomo or whatever. He's like, I agree with it.
Yeah.
All right,
like,
Sam.
my powers have doubled. What?
All right, Sam. We kidnap Orihime and we go and find Stark's remains. Like,
I agree, Jose, because she fucking heals Hannibal. She's the only reason Hannibal's alive.
Yep.
So it doesn't make any sense why she wouldn't also save Stark.
Did we establish that Hannibal's not the biggest threat of the three?
but Stark doesn't
Shit,
give a
it's
fuck.
true.
But
She's
like,
the worst one.
yeah, but because Stark has fucking pew
Like,
cannons.
oh, she's just fucking hot Bleach waifu, so bring back fucking
I'm
Hannibal.
okay with that.
Meanwhile,
Fucking
we don't get
yeah.
the cool Stark guy.
yeah. Oh, we do need some
Kubo
male-
knows how to draw his women.
Oh, I mean, fucking Zabimaru is.
And she got a big old badonkadonk.
Yeah, and I like how they actually went out of their way to say like you have a fat ass
Yeah.
in the fucking anime. I
I
was like,
think-
oh damn.
I think
okay.
them two are really
I
funny
kind of
together,
expect
yeah.
that from the sub. I'm surprised they got it in the dub.
I would agree with that.
And when he's like, oh, I'm not gonna call it butt anymore. I'm gonna call it an ass.
Yeah, they went out of their way to say
Yeah.
that. I feel like they got free will on that one, but it should have been.
Little
oh,
did
you
they know
have-
that the American audience loves their thick women.
Oh, they do. Oh, we weren't ready for it back in the 50s, but now.
Now we've grown up.
Oh man. But I'm really liking it, and I think with like Ichigo, like they actually get lore, which is cool. I think Sam's always had a point where fillers should be like funny. I think it
agree
should
with
be
that,
something
yeah.
that establishes something that's currently in the plot line. Like if you didn't
I
establish
don't
it,
think so.
So if they did it like Black Clover does it, I'd be okay with it.
Okay,
Well,
first
they-
of all, for my court case, I would like to say that
oh god.
I like this as well. I think it's very
yeah.
good so far. But I think they cheapen reveals later on by doing
I.e.
So you like the
Ichigo
Elseworld
by
stuff,
stealing
right?
lore from further on.
Yeah.
Where meanwhile, I think cool things we should see is different matchups. An example, there's a Black Clover filler episode where they put the captains against each other in that
Yep.
cool Jewel game that they played earlier on in the anime.
Oh,
That
okay.
shit is cool. Like
That's fair.
a fun one.
Also,
another
spoiler,
one,
you cunt.
It's a filler episode.
It's a
so,
filler,
there's another one where not a Black Clover, but I'm talking like another idea. Why don't everybody's Zanpakutos have rebelled, right? The obvious thing to do is not have the person who's Zanpakuto rebelled go after their own Zanpakuto. Fucking go different
Yeah,
mismatches.
exactly.
Like,
They
like
start the fucking series off where it's Zenbon Sakura versus Zabimaru, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Yep.
oh,
Yeah.
clearly yours is inferior. They're gonna pull that back, aren't they?
Like that's
It
what they
might
should
come
like.
back
They should
around,
be
it
doing
might,
different
yeah.
mismatches. But it kind of like it. I don't know. It doesn't make much sense if like what the captain, let's say Hitsugaya, is fighting off against fucking I don't know Zabimaru for some reason.
Yeah.
But Hitsugaya doesn't have his powers. I want to see like powered guy versus powered guy. Who's the better?
Yeah.
I agree
You know.
with that.
And it's like that would be cool. Where it's like you're never gonna see that in normal canon. Never.
I I'm gonna agree with you, but I have some terms. I want to see more Izuru. I want fillers only about
God.
Izuru.
Sure,
because
yeah,
I don't think I've seen
I'll
enough
give
of
you
him
those
fighting.
if I get Omaida ones. So
I hate you.
I think that's
You're a
fair.
fucking cunt.
We're just gonna make Josh watch Ilmaida by himself.
So we watched the 7 episodes, and the next episode shows Omaida and his guy fighting.
We're gonna start that off next
So
episode, baby.
I'm just formally pulling myself from the next Bleach Boys podcast. I cannot stand that guy. He
It
got
doesn't-
like 3 lines in the
Judging
show.
from the next, like the scenes from next time, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a very long fight because
you-
they literally show 4 fights
Yeah.
and like go.
Oh,
Do you
that's true.
think
Yeah.
that you can't stand certain like people because they're a lot like you?
Okay, first of all, that's going to show up on the mic. Can I please have the sword? You're hitting it. Jose is hitting a Bankai sword against the fucking table and talking at the same time.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, repeat the question, please, because I had
you-
to confiscate
do
a
I
sword.
think we're good without the question, sir.
Do you often hate certain characters and stuff because they represent you in a certain way?
My counter, Sam hates Izuru.
Yeah, that's a good counter. That's a good
Yeah,
counter.
that's a very good counter.
Um,
But that just goes against Sam's morals.
I would say the good
He's
counter.
an emo
if-
little bitch.
I would
So-
allow the Omaida bullshit comment towards me if you hated Izuru and you hated Ikaku. You kind of actually hate Ikaku.
Just because I'm bald? Like,
I'm just throwing it out there.
What's that?
We're throwing it out there.
I think Izuru's useless pretty much.
I had a quick question because I'm not going to go in there because Sam will cut this bit. I know Shuhei's Bankai.
Okay, you're on
Yes,
thin
we know
ice.
that.
You're
Okay.
I'm
thin
on
ice.
thin ice, I know. What Bankai would you pick? And I swear to God, if you say like Aizen or some shit, I want maybe the people that are in the current arc. Who would you
So I
choose?
can't pick Aizen.
You cannot
can't
pick
pick
Aizen
Aizen.
because fuck you. Current arc.
Shinji's.
Shinji. No, current arc in the fucking rebellion.
Like,
Who would
oh,
you
the
want
current-
as your Zanpakuto?
Am I picking their Zanpakuto spirit
Or
or am I
what they
picking
look
their
like?
Bankai? Like, what am I picking?
Are we
here?
picking their
like,
Bankai powers, or are we talking
what
about
am
the
I,
representation?
what am I picking off?
I
here?
have opened something up.
Yeah, you gotta give us something.
If I'm going based off of powers, it might be something completely different. If I'm picking off of the current arc, like who do I want to be my bud?
Make an informed decision off the two aspects. I want a overall. Who would you pick?
Captain Commanders.
He's not it. Damn it! Son of a bitch.
That dude loyal.
That boy's loyal.
That dude. We were talking though during the thing, and I immediately was like thinking about like, if I was in the show and I had a Zanpakuto, he would ditch me instantly.
Yes,
and because like if they're close, to like their wielder, which they're
Yeah.
technically supposed to be, my spirit would be like, I just kind of want to see what was gonna happen. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Sam's guy would be
I just
terrible.
dipped out.
You would have the Zangetsu mentality where like I just want to see if I was stronger kind of thing. Like I'm just gonna deuce out.
Like, it sounded
Except you-
fun, honestly. So I just
So
fucking.
you would pick the most loyal of the fucking
But the
Zanpakuto.
funniest thing, Sam would try and chase after him. The guy would just run away every single
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Nope, not finding you today."
I like you with Kiraku's. Like I feel like that's a cool thing. You got the chill captain
the
vibes.
game one, yeah.
But you like the chick. Like she's there. You know
Yeah.
that she's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Who would you pick?
I don't like his Bankai for the record.
That's fair.
he doesn't like it.
But Hishikai's dope.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's fun. Like that's
Yeah.
cool. Like that's a cool power. Like
Hirin Maru probably.
Hitsugaya.
Yeah.
Hitsugaya.
Yeah.
He does look badass as fuck.
He is cool.
I still
But
personally
he's really good in Bleach Brave Souls
But
too,
the Bankai itself is pretty
Oh,
badass.
Do you get him the?
Yeah, I have
you-
the
you unlock
Hitsugaya
them,
with
yeah.
you get Hitsugaya. So they have almost all of them with their. You get Hitsugaya and also their spirit together.
I can't wait. So Enryu and Kenryu. Kenryu's with the high pitched voice.
No, Kenryu.
Enryu's with the high pitched
Enryu.
voice.
I can't wait till because we haven't seen it. Hiranmaru has Enryu's voice. I want that to dick you because we haven't seen Hiranmaru.
Byakuya's dub voice for his Zanpakuto is a little lame compared to
yeah.
actual
It
Byakuya's
is.
voice.
Because Byakuya's
Yeah.
voice is
Byakuya's
nice
got a
and
really
deep,
cool
and he's got
voice,
a
and then it's like-
very rich, powerful
Like,
voice.
oh, I'm Senbon Sakura. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like, dog, you sound so regular.
I
What the
look like a
fuck?
demon and I'm in a samurai outfit. Hi, bye.
Yeah, it's like,
How's it
what
going?
the fuck?
All right, Sam. Josh, his answer.
I still pick Shuhei, and it's because I have further knowledge. It's
It
cool.
makes the coolest noise too.
Yeah, it
But
does.
he
It does make a really sick.
Sam and I
yeah.
immediately called it bullshit. There's the part
Oh,
where all
yeah.
all
Lets it go?
They're going like full on, and it's the only time Momo's is actually cool. And
Oh, God, no.
Sam has ungodly reaction time to Momo. Literally, the door opens and we see what was it?
Momo and
It was,
the tall girl.
Tall
Isane.
Isane.
yeah.
We see Isane and then Momo. I was like, who the fuck is that?
It
And
took a second. I legit was like,
Sam's- Sam will not allow her.
There's times where she tries to talk and we're just like, shut up.
If Sam could say one character is the most filler character that is in canon, it is fucking Momo. Hanataro is on a higher level.
Hanatro's great.
Yeah, I like Hanataro,
We
though.
even saw him from the back. I was like, oh, that's Hanataro.
Hanataro was in the scene, the healing Ruku, and didn't have any
Didn't
lines.
say anything.
Josh was like, "Oh, Hanataro!"
It's like, oh, that's the boy. But Momo, who the fuck was that? But there's scenes where Momo's Zanpakuto is like throwing balls,
Yeah,
and then
it's doing a
Ikaku's
lot of
going around.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's doing the most damage. Ikaku just like, oh, you can't
He's
tell
just
who I am.
punching
I
people
push
out,
people.
yeah.
But fucking was it Kazashine?
Yeah.
He, typical Shuhei fight, he's like throwing his chains, pulling them back, throwing the other one. He just fully eats both of them. And you see the chain fly back.
Like, let's go of the chain, and then we're just like, you just let go.
Yeah,
Like,
he's just,
The man
someone
gives
else
no
could
fucks,
just grab
dude.
that. Like,
I could just walk over there. Guys, hold. Like, I need to grab this real quick. It's the equivalent of like Uryu Steel Schneider. Like, I'm
Yeah,
just going to
yeah,
grab
yeah.
that real
like
quick.
Shuhei
Hey,
could have
hang
got
on.
his Zanpakuto back right there because it's literally like it
Yeah.
doesn't have any sort of a special thing. Like it's just throwy boy.
Yep.
Like
Yeah, and
it has no skills at least right
At
now
least that we know of.
You fucking shut your mouth.
So
It's just throwy scythe
It's
thing.
so weird for me knowing that Josh knows more than you at this.
it's because
Well,
I'm a fucking Wikipedia bitch.
Some
Yeah.
of us are saving it. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's
Yeah.
good. Save it
They
for
even
marriage.
have that storyline in Bleach Brave Souls, but I'm not playing it. So-
Wow. Okay.
They spoil it though because the background that just got updated is from Can't Fear Your Own World.
Oh.
I'm not happy about it. So-
You know what? Okay, so this is from the
Thin
very
Ice
cover.
again.
Thin Ice, I know.
Yeah, it's cracking.
Cover of Can't Fear Your Own World. Shuhei has blue hair,
I think I saw that too.
Yeah.
and Rangiku is blonde on one of the things, but she's redhead.
But I don't.
Is the anime just?
I
full
don't think Kubo did the artwork for it. Did he?
I have no idea.
Is he freeballing?
I have no
oh
idea.
yeah. Oh,
It might be. Yeah.
Did he write the Can't Fear Your Own World?
No, somebody else
someone
did it.
else did.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Almost all the novels are not written
Yeah.
by him.
They're
I
inspired
don't even know
by
if he's
him.
written any.
I would
I
hate
think they're
that,
inspired by him, but that's about it.
I think that's cool.
but because I read Vigilantes. That's the only reason I would say it's cool.
Oh, well, I was going to say I think it's cool to have other people write the novels, but I wish they would be less reliant on a lot lot of the people that we already know.
Oh,
like,
you want them to write more?
Go do something else.
A little bit more different.
like Izuru.
Sure,
God.
sure. Like yeah,
This man.
take a side character. Like take some, which I think is kind of what they're doing with Shuhei at the moment with like Can't Fear Your Own World.
He's the guy everyone wants to know more about.
Yeah, but it's like, maybe leave all of the mainline characters to
my blue-haired
Tite.
badass.
Yeah.
And like, there's a whole world out there. Like, like what's happening in Huecamundo? Like, let's go.
Straight
Like,
up. Let's go back.
Let's go have a novel over there. Like,
Huecamundo, the start of the Seirete, all the Kenpachis. That would be
what
dope.
happened to the Bount that survived?
Where's Grimjo
Who
at?
the fuck cares?
Me.
I know.
Me. And the Melf that fucking Uryu was trying to bang, she's alive as well.
Sam.
She is.
Sam.
Yep.
You just got to write your own novel.
I
Sam
will.
just has questions about the Bount arc.
It'll be just like when Josh
You
was
think
reading
people
about
would be so mad.
Okiora's
his
fracciones. Yeah.
Do you think people would be really mad one day we get an interview with Tite Kubo and I only ask questions about the Bount arc and what he thought about the Bount arc? And
You would be like
Oh
the
my
meme
God.
interviewer, and there would be people that want to ride the chaos train.
I'll
with
be
you.
like, all right. Is your interview's done with Sam? Okay. I'm
would
so
need to do-
sorry, Mr. Kubo. Like, please.
we
just,
would
like,
need to do get him in on the bit, be like, hey, let's do like a quick 2-minute interview where I only ask you questions about the Bount
Watch
arc,
him go,
and then
like-
we'll do like an actual.
And
watch
then I'll
him be
be
like,
behind Sam.
he was my
Hey.
absolute favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, Kadia deserves
now,
better.
who was your favorite villain you ever written in? Why was it Karya?
And I'm right behind. Is it cool if I actually do call you tight on camera?
You just see him go, no.
we have limitations.
So
on everything.
all the fans have been asking us. We actually took some questions off of Twitter. What happened to the last Bount that survived? Like, where
Where did you get these questions from? The otaku, otaku rules. It's an independent study.
Yeah. I don't think that's important, sir. So,
Oh my god.
In America, he's huge.
Yeah. I would love that because I feel like the comment section it would be the video where we get the more dislikes than actual likes.
it would beat the Eden Zero video.
Oh my god. Sam's out there pre-boxing people.
People would lose their minds. Like,
You had the golden ticket.
you had an interview with Tite Kubo and you fucking asked him about filler questions that he probably had nothing to do with. It's like,
What if he's like, who?
Oh
You know,
yeah, would he even know who Kari is?
He has to know. He has to
he
know.
probably had some, but like,
he's got
you really
Koga.
think, does he even remember Karya? Like, that's probably
Yeah,
for
that's
him. Like,
definitely-
in
that's
one
also-
year out the other.
Dude,
like,
he forgot a bunch of stuff
You're
by the
red
time.
T-shirt guy, but instead of World of Warcraft, you're fucking pulling out Bleach
Yeah.
lore. I would love that. And then typical we did actually ask him serious questions, but this is the only part of the recording that actually saved on my phone. Sorry, guys. Classic otaku
Mr.
shit.
Kubo, how many simp characters do you have for the crowd? Is Okira still alive somewhere?
it's like when you made the soundtracks or like all of the characters' favorite songs in that playlist, you
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
put any bounce in there. So I was just wondering if you could.
What were you smoking that night, though? Please let us know. Jose was so confused.
So I think you may have a little bit of pull with this Bleach Brave Soul stuff. Bounce. Do you think you can get him in there?
That's so good. Because like honestly, what the fuck? They have all the other arcs. Why are the bounce in there? Just for representation's sakes. Like
I agree, and I feel
I'll
like
give you it's Momo opening door, but it's Bount face.
You would get an honorary Momo skin.
Oh,
it would
God.
be Momo coming through a doorway and Sam immediately barfing all over the floor like I just can't. And it would be me leaving the room as Omaida showed up. Do you have a character you hate?
Not really. I love Grimjo.
Well, who's anti-Grimjo? Opposite of... Oh, Loopy. I think you hate Loopy the most.
He dead. Yeah, he got.
he do be dead.
He got fried.
If Ulquiorra is alive in some universe, Loopy is alive.
I don't believe it.
Confirmed.
Well, where the fuck is Stark?
Yeah, there you go.
Stop!
I can only keep
I
two
have
people
demands. I have a sword. I need
wait.
Bounce and Bleach Brave Soul. I need Stark to be alive.
Check for me, is Loopy in Bleach Brave Soul?
I'm pretty sure
Probably.
he is.
Probably.
There you go. He's alive in that
Segundo
world.
Atapa too.
Stupid.
Oh,
He just becomes a clam with like tentacles.
oh God.
I don't like this.
I'm in danger.
Okay, let's end the podcast. I feel like we're spiraling out of control.
Yeah, this
Before
is the
I
chaos train
give
Sam
my
wanted to
fucking
start.
demands to Tite Kubo.
He's gonna write up an email.
He'll
Just
be getting
watch.
a nasty. I am part of the Inside Club, so that's his official fan club. I'm part of that. He'll be getting a message from me. So Until then, thanks for watching / listening / probably playing something else and having it on in the background.
Yeah, great pulls.
Be sure to leave a like and subscribe on the video. If you're listening to us, give us a nice review. We appreciate you. Leave something like, wow, the Bounts are the best filler arc in the world. Definitely. Way better than Zanpakuto Rebellion Arc.
I would just, if you can just say Bounts were better than the fucking Bakudo Bolt or whatever that fucking
The hand squid. The hand squid.
The hand squid.
Yes, definitely. The Amagai arc. Yes, definitely.
Always better. Always better.
Preach. And with that, we'll see you guys next time.